And hello, everyone. How are you doing? It's Dave Bondy, keeping it real on this Sunday. What is today? It's September 3rd, September 3rd already on this Labor Day weekend. Thank you, everyone who is joining me. For all of the paid supporters out there, you are helping my mission of independent journalism. If you are not a paid supporter, I urge you to do so if you are able to. I know the economy is really tough. If you're able to spend $5 a month to support me in my independent journalism, you can do that by clicking on a button. You should be able to. Tonight, we're going to be talking about a subject that needs to be talked about a lot more. Human trafficking, but child trafficking. Human trafficking, but children being human trafficked. It is a real thing. Even though you hear sometimes in the media, they try, like the movie The Sound of Freedom. Some in the media try to say, oh, it's being overblown or it's out of proportion. No, that's not true. It is a major issue and it's happening everywhere. And it's even more of a problem now, of course, with our southern border. And there is a woman that I met on my TikTok. It's weird how the world comes together, but a woman who is doing something about that. She is spending her own money, her own time to try to save children. I'm going to bring her in right now. Where is she? Here she is. And it's
Hello.
Mayone?
Mayone. Stacy
Mayone.
Mayone.
I tried getting it right. I didn't want to mess up the name. I'll get it right eventually.
My
Mayone.
Italian last name. Mayone. You know.
Mayone. Okay. Is it Stacy?
Stacy. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, it's weird how I was on doing my TikTok and I found you through TikTok and it just went from there. It's amazing. And you're in Las Vegas?
I am in Las Vegas. I say we are the light in the middle of the darkness of Las Vegas. But, it was funny that morning that I woke up and it was a Sunday morning and Dave was doing a live and I clicked into his room and he recognized Agape Rescues Children. And I got so excited when he did that my charity is getting some attention. I was really excited. And I love what you're doing, Dave. I love independent journalism. I believe it's truly the wave of the future. And I
like it because we can, I have a journalism background and I know how to do research and what's ethical and moral, but I'm able to spend, I could spend a half hour right now with you and we can just talk. When you do a story on TV, they limit you to 2 minutes or 3 minutes if you're lucky, and you really can't dig into something in that short amount of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So let's talk about it. You're in Nevada. Mm-hmm. And you have, let me bring it up on the screen, and I'm going to bring it up now so people can see it. This is your website, Agape Rescues Children. And I'm going to put the link on the screen in locals for those of you who would like to donate or to learn more. But give me the history. How did you even become involved in this? How was this created?
So I'll start back in 2016. I took a lot of notes for this interview last night, but it really started in 2016 because I learned about human trafficking and I learned about the wall that was being built and I understood why that was all happening. And I thought that was such an important thing that had to be such an important topic. And so I just jumped on board and I really learned a lot in 2016 with, with the Trump campaign that I volunteered for. And I worked on it for a long time. And so fast forward to 2020 and I start going down the rabbit hole and I learned about all the children. And I saw that it was a huge, huge problem in our country. And, at that point, and still even today, I think people don't believe that child trafficking is a real thing. And I've been screaming it on the top of my lungs for the past 5 years that it's all about the children. This is all about the children. And so I formed Agape Rescues Children back in 2001 and just been working with a huge vision, but knowing that I had to start at grassroots level. I come out with this big, huge vision and I bit off a lot more than I could chew. And so I learned that you just have to start on grassroots levels. So that's what I did. And I went to county commissioners meetings and I started working on child's education and things like that. And then Agape Rescues Children was formed. And I thought, these children need a place to call home. They need aftercare. And agape is the Greek word for love. So I truly believe that love is going to help rescue these children. Love and
Now,
compassion and giving them a safe place to call home.
child trafficking, are we talking, define that? Is it from other countries? Is it from in our own country? Where is it happening?
It's everywhere. It's everywhere, really. I mean, it truly is in so many different forms. Now that I've started to dive really deep and even realizing that internet crimes against children is part of child trafficking. I mean, you're funding buying this porn, this child pornography, you're funding trafficking. So it really is happening underneath our nose every day. So I feel like education, I educated myself on it, and people thought I was crazy for a really long time, but I educated myself and was like, people need to know this. So I created an educational handbook, which you can get on my website. It's a free PDF on my website. That little yellow box where you can leave your name and email address,
Okay.
and it will give you the free PDF. And here's my manual right here that I take around to communities, and I just introduce to people that child trafficking is real. And this is, it just shows things to look out for, the grooming process, how things happen, what we can do when we see human trafficking happening, because sometimes it happens right in front of you. Kidnapping can happen right in front of you. So I created this a couple of years ago just to start going around to my community and teaching people the signs to look out for to save a child. And then, I started also after I've been taking my educational manual around town and introducing people and just talking about child trafficking and letting people know that it's real. I also had, I went on and said, we've got to do something about prevention. We've got to bring attention to the fact that there's kidnapping, and, these traffickers can take these children. So we need prevention. We need to teach kids signs and things that they can do to protect themselves. Then we go into law enforcement and all different kinds of things. And then my last part, my ultimate goal is the healing facilities, the healing homes, the safe beds for these children that just need a place to sleep until we can, maybe adopt them out or whatever, or ultimately send them back to their families. That would be really great to send them back to their families. But I realized this is where you started, Dave, with the southern border.
Yeah.
And, some of those kids got sold and they get brought over by coyotes or, people that bring them across the border and sell them into trafficking. And these poor kids have nothing. They have a concrete floor to sleep on. That can't happen.
Someone in the comments just said they would love to get a copy of that. I live in a big tourist area of Missouri, so I just put the link in the comments, and that says a free download, so they can get that. So already we're getting people that want to get involved.
Good.
So,
and and I do say when I get phone calls and people want to help, that's the first step, is educating people, the community, to keep an eye out for kids. Just to keep an eye out and know what we're looking for and save a child, save one child.
I don't understand why anyone would, after the Sound of Freedom movie came out, even before that, human trafficking is real, and they're trying to make it like it's a extreme right-wing thing. It's nothing to do with politics. It's happening. It's a crime. I don't understand why some things should not be political. Children should not be political.
No. I jumped on the Trump train back in 2016 because I learned that he's bringing attention to child trafficking. Like, he's the one that made me look. So make it political or not, but he's the one that started it.
Yeah.
He's the one that
And
started
like I
it.
said, I interviewed a woman in Ohio who went to Florida. She got in a fight with her family. She moved to Florida. She ended up human trafficked, locked in a home for 4 days until she was rescued, fortunately, by police. But it's something that happened. It can happen to anyone in any community too.
Yeah. And Dave, watched your last interview with that really sweet mom that had her little girl abducted. Oh, it's happening, and I made TikToks about this a year and a half ago. Kidnapping is going to start picking up. You guys just be aware and keep your eyes out, because kidnapping is going to start. And unfortunately, it started.
Do you think of why is that? Is it because, well, the southern border situation, but also some people would say prosecutors, judges are being not as tough as they can be on these crimes?
Well, I think a lot of them are blackmailed. I really do. I think a lot of judges are blackmailed and compromised. Not that I know by any chance, but why would these people be so lenient on these pedophiles? It baffles my mind.
Yeah. So where are you at now with your organization, Agape? Let me put this website up again. Where are we at? And are you started it a while ago, but where are you at in the process of building? What's your vision?
A lot has happened over the past couple of weeks. It's really amazing how, child trafficking is being exposed, and it's just really coming out. So I'm getting a lot of phone calls, and I started working with some other people that are in the process of looking at little abandoned hotels that are for sale and opening that up as a center for children, to heal the children and, ultimately adopt them out at some point. I've kind of envisioned myself as being like another adoption agency, which is not CPS, because we knows what happens with some of the CPS. They get trafficked through CPS. So we are looking at hotels. There's several hotels, one in Arizona. I've been working with a good friend of mine down in Mexico, and I wrote the place down. It's called Malacopa.
Okay.
And it's a great little hotel, and they're ready to make it a healing center for the kids, for a place for people that rescue these children to bring them. And that's the thing, is there's nowhere for these people that rescue the children to take them. So bring them to me.
You told me that, I don't know, you don't have to talk about this, but I think that, or your people are reaching out to you who are rescuing children, and they don't know what to do with these children.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. Yeah. So here we are. Here I am with this vision, and we're just out now. We're going to start our fundraising. We're going to get some land. We're going to get a hotel. We're going to get little tiny homes, and we're going to make this happen. There are thousands of kids that have nothing right now, and they're being rescued by some military people and some retired military people. Yeah. So I've been in contact with a lot of people that say,
We're
what do we
talking
do?
about we're talking about children with no family. I know sometimes children cross the border with their families, but you're talking about children who are alone and scared, just they're by themselves.
Yeah. Breaks my heart. It's just so wrong. Yes.
Now I'm going to
So
put
I'm
your link.
talking about the little, and they're little too, Dave. They're like, some of them can be really like like a baby still.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And the child can be sold many times a day for a lot of money, and a bag of cocaine can be sold once. So it's even bigger than the drug business, or drug business, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I'm going to put on because this is a major vision. This is something major. You should be getting a bunch of grants from the government, but if people want to help, once again, I'm going to put it up here, your website. There it is. And if you want to donate, it's right on the home page, right? This little blue dot with a heart right there.
Yep.
So you can click that, and people 10, 50, or if someone only wants to give $5, whatever, you'll take it all, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Well, just because it cost me money to even print out these educational manuals that I leave in places around town. It even cost me money for that, you
It's not
know.
cheap. That's very
Yeah,
expensive
it's
to do that.
nice. Because they're nice, they're pretty. I didn't want to turn people off of it. Child trafficking is ugly. It's really ugly. So this is pretty. I mean, at least
Now,
it's something pretty to look at.
yeah,
It's
that's expensive.
colorful and
Now,
it's very informative. Very informative.
you're not getting rich by doing this. You're probably losing a lot.
Yeah,
Why
selling
is
my
it your
house.
heart telling you that you need to do this? Why are you doing this?
You know what? In my heart, God put it on my heart. I really truly believe that God put it on my heart, and I can't stop. And I get really tired sometimes to the point where I'm like, I got it. I can't do this. I can't do this. My bank account, I just can't do it. And so God gives me like a couple of days off, and then he's like, get back to work. And so I get back to work.
Wow. What are you getting? Do you feel more momentum? I know you said you had another woman working with you. I forget where she was. She couldn't talk the other day with us, but are you getting a little more movement in the positive direction? Are things
Yes,
getting better?
absolutely, so much. And I truly believe this, and I don't want to say things that are going to get us in trouble, but like after those, what is it, 1,500, 1,800, 2,000 missing children in Maui, people are going, what? Now, what? This might be real. This trafficking stuff is a real deal. People are starting to question. And so, yes, I'm getting phone calls, I'm getting emails, I'm getting volunteer people filling out my volunteer form on the website. And
Good.
so, yeah, things are moving in the right direction. And, we're working on our Colorado land, Dave. That's what you were getting ready to ask me about, is the Colorado land. Because we do have land in different areas of the country, and Colorado is being built. I mean, the walls are going up, the foundation's laid, and she lives in her Airstream right now. My sweet friend that's building it, she's living in her Airstream, and every dollar she gets goes towards another Adobe brick. So we're building it. We're making it happen. I mean, that's all I can say. We got to make it happen.
So you would like to be multifaceted, educating, like you said, multiple things, and hopefully, what is your vision 5 years from now? Where would you like to be?
So, well, me personally,
Well, the organization,
I
because
want to be on a beach someplace.
well, yeah,
I'm just kidding. No, what I want to see happen in, but I would say sooner than 5 years. I want to be having these hotels or tiny homes where the children can come and we can adopt them out. That's what I want to happen within the next 5 years. Have all these healing centers going up, getting the kids from the border, getting the indigenous children. There's a large population of indigenous children that get kidnapped and sold into trafficking. So there's multiple in Montana. We're working up in Montana on another project right now because trafficking in Montana is huge, huge.
really, really.
Oh, huge. With all the bus stops and right next to Canada. Yeah, it's crazy.
So explain to me. I'm not as, I mean, I know the news, but how does the process happen, and why are they're in Mexico, they're trafficked? Are they trafficked for sex, or what is the purpose for them to be trafficked across the border? Are they transporting drugs with them? Are they trafficked for people that horrible, but to have sex with? What's happening?
I think all of the above. I think they take those children from across the border, sell them into to traffickers, and the traffickers sell them to you know I don't want to say who,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I didn't see the movie Sound of Freedom yet. I need to see it. Is that what that movie was about, an international trafficking?
mhm, yeah. But you know, so I've done this for so long, Dave. It's really funny. I mean, it's not funny at all, but I've done this for so long that I walked out of Sound of Freedom a little irritated, to be
Yeah.
quite honest.
What's your take? I haven't seen it.
Well, you know, it was about two little kids in a different country, right? And they kind of made it look like the traffickers weren't hurting them. They were stomping grapes and with the dresses on, and you know, it just made it look almost light. Like they almost made it, which I guess is good because they're slowly dripping it to the American public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then you have the
But
other
it's not
side
pretty.
who's
There's
criticizing them.
nothing pretty about it. The kids do not wear dresses and stomp leaves.
Exactly.
They're
So,
chained to beds and raped 20 times a day.
my God.
Sorry about that, but
No, wow. So right now you're in the process of fundraising, and you go out to organizations. If someone's watching, because I have people all over,
Mhm.
could you do like Zoom conferences with people
Oh,
or
for sure. I meet
okay.
people. I get on planes. I just got back. I was in France. I went to France in April. I took the educational manual and I met a bunch of people down in the south of France, and I took Agape down there and let people know about it because it's happening in France, it's happening in Italy, it's happening everywhere. So yes, so I get on Zooms, I'll get on planes, I do whatever.
Someone just asked in the comments, with all the kids missing in Maui, do you think they were trafficked? I don't know if we know exactly what's going on.
I know, Dave, I'm not, you know,
I would
we
like to get on a
know,
plane. I'd like to get on a plane and go there and find out. I'd love it.
I almost did it, Dave. I almost did. And
Wow.
it's still not, it's still in the back of my head. But you know, these natural disasters, I kind of don't trust natural disasters anymore because I saw what happened in Haiti, and you see what happens to the kids that become orphans. And you know, I think there's a lot more to it than
There's a lot going on that we don't know. So the average person watching, how can they help? They can help financially, but also they can help by what? Sharing your stuff out, just getting the word out, because you are not hearing about this on CNN and
I
MSNBC.
wonder why.
Even Fox isn't talking about it
Yeah,
as much.
no.
No.
Fox
So
isn't talking about it anymore.
what needs to be done? Just getting the word out more?
You know what? I mean, honestly, at this point, I thought that more people were awake to this and understood that this, but honestly, Dave, I think that people are still not believing it. We have to go out and talk and make people watch because it could be that little kid at the gas station. Next thing you know, you turn around, they're gone. Keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open.
I'm close to Flint, Michigan, and over the past 5 years, there have been
Mhm.
about 40 women that have disappeared from Flint, Michigan. And a lot of people, some people think they've been trafficked, they've OD'd somewhere,
Yeah.
and others are saying, well, there's something big going on. And some people are like, oh, there's not a conspiracy, but 40 women in a smaller town, Flint, Michigan, they're somewhere. And that's just one town in the United States. So where are all these people?
I know. Pretty scary. Pretty
Yeah.
scary. So, you know, I've been called everything. I've been called a QAnon conspiracy theorist. And I said, and finally I got to the point where I was like, you know what Q stands for? Question everything.
Yeah.
Q made me smart and made me start Agape, you know? And I know that it needs to happen. These children need something. They need it. They need us.
And this isn't political because it shouldn't be political. Whether you're a Democrat, a Republican, or an independent, you would think that child human trafficking, child sexual abuse, child assault, it's all evil no matter who you are.
Yeah. It's
That's
just
how I was brought up and
yeah.
raised.
Well, it's true. I mean, 100%. It's not political. Yes, Donald Trump made me look.
Yeah.
Yes, Donald Trump had me look at stuff, but he didn't make me start Agape Rescues Children. A Democrat could have done that, you know?
Yeah.
or an independent or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what? I want to get the right, and I'm not going to make this political, even though I can get political. I want to get the right people in office that are going to do things for the children.
Do you know, is there a lot of other organizations like yours out there doing what you want to do? I haven't heard of
I
many.
don't think there's a whole lot of because people didn't believe it. I put my tinfoil hat on and I was like, there are children out there that need it. So no, I don't believe, I don't think that there is a whole lot of that are doing what I'm doing the aftercare.
Now, people might be watching that have a lot of talents. Would you need help, like with people who know how to write grants or things like that?
Oh gosh, I need help with grants. You know what, Dave, we've talked about this. I'm technically challenged. I'm social media way challenged on social media. I'm grant challenged. Yes.
Okay.
I
So if there's
surround myself with the right people.
okay, if there's someone watching, and I'm gonna talk to you during the week with my wife. We're gonna talk
Yes.
about several things, but also I know there's people who might watch this who are they might want to volunteer to help write grants or something
Yeah.
because that's really difficult. Because you would think the government, and I might get in trouble for saying this, but instead of shipping so much money to Ukraine, we might want to give some money to help organizations like yours.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
I
Yes,
mean,
I agree. But
yeah,
those people in Kiev are eating nice restaurants and having a good old time, while the
yeah.
people in Maui are kind of suffering.
And
But anyways,
you are technically a non-profit. So if someone donates, that's they can write that off on their
mhm,
taxes, right?
yeah, yeah, we're
Okay.
a tax deductible. Yeah.
So if for
I've
some
learned
reason,
all about this. I didn't know anything about this. I mean, I didn't know what a 50, I didn't know what that was. And so now I've figured out tax deductibles and I've learned all kinds of stuff since I started this.
if someone's watching, if you're a business owner or if you work for a business, let your boss know because businesses they like to donate. And I always say if I have a big millionaire watching, I would love for them to step up and
Yeah.
help out. That'd be nice.
Yeah. So, I created a deck. I think I sent you the deck, Dave, but
Yes.
it's not really a business plan because there's not a whole lot of financials on it. Do I have a business plan yes, I've done a business plan over the years, but this deck is really a thing for companies to see how pretty like our deck is and to get attention and say, okay, this is their goal. This is what these women and men are working on. And so, yeah, I have a deck for companies that I
Okay,
send.
good.
Yes.
Good. Okay, I just wanted to introduce you to everyone and let everyone
Yeah.
watching know. Like I
Thank you.
said, on locals, I don't have as many people following me, but they are dedicated people who
Yeah.
care.
I love
I am going to put this out publicly for free on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. I'm going to put it everywhere because I'm going to do that probably Monday or Tuesday to put it everywhere because I think
Thank you.
and I think everyone watching the paid supporters would be okay with that. They can mention in the comments if they're okay with that, but I think they'd be okay because the mission is about getting as many eyes on
Yeah,
your website and your information as possible.
absolutely. And I
Because
appreciate it.
some people think people can't make a difference, but if one person tells another person, it can. I mean,
It's we the
you
people. It's we the people at this point that have to weave our web. We all have to come together and support missions like for homelessness or for child trafficking. Like we the people have to do stuff now. And I don't want that to be political either, but it's true.
yeah. Everyone's commenting right now. They're okay with me getting it out everywhere. So I have a
Thank
newsletter with like 13,000 people on it. I'm going to send it to that. In this, we are going to talk again on here and many times in the future, I have a feeling. Any closing words before I
you.
let you go? Just,
I just appreciate it so much, Dave. I appreciate finding you. I love God. I love God for letting me turn on TikTok that day and finding you. He's guided me through this whole process. And so, I just thank God and thank you so much.
Okay, and I appreciate you for being here. I will definitely be in touch. I'll get you a link later tonight, and then I'll give you a text and a call during the week. And I think God, things happen for a reason. I don't know why sometimes,
For
but
sure. He's amazing. He's the best.
it is. Everyone else in the comments, they're saying, praise God, amen. And I'm going to continue to put your
This
link
is his
out.
business. Like this is God. This is his business. This is he's. I'm just a vessel doing it. I'm not. No, I don't. I don't even know how to turn on social media. Like I don't know how to do this. You know what I
Well,
mean? He
you're
just
in it.
chose me and said, "This girl's gonna do it. She's gonna do it."
You're in it now, and hopefully you're going to get lots of help.
Yeah, I will. I will.
Oh, okay. I'm going to let you go. I will
Thank
be
you,
in touch.
Dave, so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Have a
Try to
blessed
stay
day.
cool. Stay cool out there in the desert.
I will. Thank you. Thanks,
Okay.
Dave.
Bye bye.